It's the DJ Network back with another episode, and DJs, this episode is going to be extremely important when it comes to your next mixtape. I promise this could save you hours on your next project. These are my tips, tricks, and secrets for making that perfect, clean mixtape. We're going to talk about it more after this. What's up, y'all? DJ BUZZB back with another episode on the DJ Network. It's been a minute. I've actually been out of the country. I went to Trinidad for Trinidad Carnival and actually had my first international opportunity outside of my city, Toronto, outside of the country. So that was bonkers. That was mind-blowing. If you want to check it out, I actually partied, drank, danced with the sexiest girls in the world, and DJ'd on radio, FM radio internationally, and at some of the parties during Trinidad Carnival, which had like thousands of people. So if you want to check those videos out, not even if you want to, go check those videos out. I'm going to post it right here, BUZZB TV on YouTube. Just check this out. Yeah, you'll love it. But back to this. These are my tips, tricks, and secrets for making that perfect, clean mixtape. I don't mind sharing it with you guys because I would love to hear more clean mixes out there. Because some of y'all know how it goes. You get that CD after a party, and as soon as you plug it in and it sounds like trash, you take it out and add to the litter on the highway. Yeah. So before we get into it, I just want to ask a question to everybody watching. If you're a DJ, have you ever been in a scenario where you were trying to do a mix that was about, let's say, half an hour to an hour, and you just wanted to bang it out in one shot? And you said to yourself, I don't want to edit this afterwards, I just want to do it straight. Or maybe that's just your initial mentality, that you have to do it in one shot in order to get it out there. So you're doing the mix, you're doing the draft copy or what have you, and all you want to do afterwards is put in your drops and you're good to go. So you're doing the mix, you get through about 10-15 minutes of it, make a mistake, and say to yourself, now I gotta redo it from the start. I'm gonna give you guys a quick tip and trick to make sure that you could do it clean without having to restart your entire mix. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about with a step-by-step method. So just follow along. Let's jump right into it. All right, so we're here. I'm gonna take you guys through this step by step. All right, so pay close attention. Imagine your mix is started, you're about 10-15 minutes into it. So everything is going smooth, and all of a sudden something like this happens. So the mix is good. Then something happens, you make an error, and it sounds like this. And you might say to yourself, oh my God, I gotta start back from the beginning. I'm gonna show you a trick where you could just edit that part later on as opposed to having to restart the entire mix to do it over clean. So what you would do at this point is simply go back about 16 bars, right? So about here, 16 bars. Leave your program recording. Go back about 16 bars and remember to stop the music so that there's that gap in your recording so you remember. Now you can mix it in smooth. Now, I'll show you guys what to do next. All right, so at this point, imagine you have your full hour-long mix. You have those spaces in between where you made that mistake. Remember to stop the music so that you remember there's that space in your mix. So I personally use Adobe Audition. I don't know what you use, but the same mentality applies wherever you edit your music. So you're 10 minutes into the mix. You're at about the point where you made the error. What you want to do is before you started that mix, the transition, you want to find a landmark in the song. So I'm going to personally pick this part. There, landmark. So you want to find that exact same landmark in the next section where you did the mix correctly. So I believe that's about here. Right. So you want to cut right before in the landmark and after in the part where you made the error. So now you could put those two sections together, match up the wavelengths, make sure that they are almost identical. So I usually zoom in as much as possible. I can't really tell there. Oh yes, I can. I just don't have the right section. Here we go. Right? So you zoom in right about there. I zoom in as much as I possibly can. Not too much, but like let's say this. I zoom in, I match up the wavelengths, and then I cut one side, cut the other side, delete the other sections, and I usually try and pick one where there's not too much wavelength, and I just drag it up. So now we have the error section and the good section, but we cut and pasted so that it could sound smooth, and all we did was stop it when we did an error in the mix, and now when we play it, to the untrained ear, even to most trained ears, you can't tell the difference. You're welcome. So I used to be under the impression that, okay, I had to do this mix clean all the way through to avoid editing later, because editing would be a bitch, and I actually came up with this method on my own based off of common sense after I was constantly doing mixes and whatnot. But initially I remember the struggle of having to think, I have to do this mix all the way through, and sometimes I'd have to restart the mix over and over and over again and spend hours behind the turntables. And when I figured this out, it saved me stupid amounts of time. So I figured I'd pass along that information to you guys, help you guys do your projects, make sure they're as clean as possible. I fell into that same category too, where sometimes I would do a mistake and be like, oh my God, it's an hour long. Do I really want to go back and fix it? These are quick fixes to make sure your mixes sound perfect. So to elaborate a little, what I do is I do the entire bass mix first. So I don't put any samples, any drops, nothing. I just do the one clean mix all the way through. If I make any errors, I do the same process that I showed you guys. Alternatively, you could also use that method to start playing with things a lot more. So let's say you want to drop an acapella right after a song with an instrumental of the same song that was previously playing, but you don't have a remix and you only have the acapella. These are ways to, you know, use the same mentality to now stop the music, mix the acapella separately, and then cut and paste and do everything after the fact so that it sounds clean. Once I have the whole bass mix done, what I do is I put in my samples after the fact. Because I hate when I drop a sample and it's too loud and then I have to redo that whole mix or the whole section of the mix. It's annoying as hell. So I put in my samples after into Audition and adjust the volume accordingly. And after the samples, I put in my voiceovers or my drops or whatever. And once everything is done, I listen back to it, make sure that there's no error. I didn't leave out any editing sections that I may have forgot to edit after the fact. And so said, so done. You have your clean, perfect mix. And when I say perfect, I don't mean you've done it perfect. I mean it's perfect to you. It's ready to go out. You find it flawless and you're happy with it. Once you're happy with it, I'm sure the people you're promoting to will be happy with it too. So these are just my tips, my tricks, what I've come up with along the way. If you guys have any more suggestions, simply drop your comments down below. Thank you guys so much. Support has been overwhelming. I believe we're past 1,800 followers now. Also, in the next video, I'm going to announce who won that Amazon gift card, so make sure to look out for that. And in the next video, I'm actually going to talk about a situation I just went through. DJs, can you imagine you dropping your laptop and the screen breaking? I'm going to talk about that happening to me last week on the next episode, so make sure to look out for that. That was one of the most annoying situations I've had to deal with when it comes to my laptop. So I'm going to go through that with you guys next episode and give you guys some pointers where that kind of thing is concerned in terms of getting repairs and whatnot. So make sure to look out for that episode. It's going to be very important too. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys learned something from this episode. So like, comment, subscribe, send the video to a DJ that needs it. Send it to your DJ friends. Thank you guys for all the support. I will see you guys on the next episode of the DJ Network.